people, I am back in the garage today at home in the cold but dry garage. This is just a quick, just an update really. I've actually had man flu before Christmas, and it really kicked the hell out of me actually. I don't really do being ill, but I was in bed for 3 days I think. So yeah, so that was fun, but at least it was before Christmas and not during. So yeah, I trust you all had a good one, and that's kind of all done now, and we've got New Year in a couple of days. I did do a video on the mould for the Airbox, but it was literally a couple of days after I'd been ill. And I watched it back and it was horrendous. I was horrendous, worse than usual. And so I didn't bother putting it out. I still struggle to get the other half of the mould off. There is still a mistake on it. But it is what it is now. But yeah, so it's just a little update really on the mould that was a pain in the ass. And the Hornet, really, which we haven't seen for a little while. I've done a few little bits. I haven't recorded any because I'm useless and rubbish, and sometimes I just want to get on. So I'll just kind of take you around the bits that I've done on the Hornet, and yeah, and just a real quick catch up. Okay, so we've got the mould. There you go, one side and the other side. So as we can see, it fits together nicely. But yeah, so there's our other half. There's our locating blocks. See, all those locate nicely. Yeah, it's still binding actually. Just on that edge, you can't really see. Again, my mistake. But when we make the part, we'll make it in 2 halves. I'm going to cut this end section, this semicircle, cut that out, so that's all gone. And then when we release the mould, because it was binding, you can see there actually, see the marks, see them black marks. When I was trying to pull the mould out, the part, it was just binding up on there. So I'm going to cut that out anyway. So that's not a problem. And yeah, and then when we make the part, when we do this half, I'll release it from there, pull it up, and that should be fine. Oh, and these are the bits that I altered. So you can just see, there you go, you can see that line there. So that is the piece that we added, and the same with that side. That little piece there just drops together nicely, look. See if we can get it all in focus, look. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, so that's done. I'm pleased with that. And yeah, so yeah, back on the Hornet really. I'll just show you what some of the pieces that I've been doing. That little radiator cover is the latest bit that I'm having a look at. Yeah, as usual, starts out with a bit of card template, which fits over there. Trace the card onto some metal, which is there. Yeah, and then just get cutting and folding and hammering. This is just the start of this, but it's way too flat. These edges are too sharp. It needs some sort of shape to it. Not much, but it just needs a little bit just to take the flatness and the plainness away from it. I don't want to go crazy with shape, but I'm going to kind of re-look into this. Whether I have to make another one, I'm not sure, but I'm not happy with it. But from the side, yeah, I am from that profile. But yeah, we need a little bit. If anything, I might just radius the edges a lot more. We'll see how we go with that. So on to the next bit, which is a really big hurdle actually. I'm really glad this is done. So the bottom of the belly pan is actually in metal now. So rather than being cardboard, we're at the next stage, which is obviously the metal, and it's crudely tacked together like all the other bits, you see, just the odd tack here and there just to hold it together, and then that will be ready for body working. What I might do is I might just body work this section, and I may make it so that all this is an add-on section, because this black part of the belly pan, that is actually an aftermarket piece that you can buy, but it ends about here, and it so there's not much of it. It's really just a front sort of belly pan, whereas I wanted more of a full sort of more of a sort of bottom fairing come belly pan sort of thing. So yeah, I think I may do that, so that it's just so that this rear section attaches to that rather than blending it all in. I'm not sure. Yeah, we've got options. What's another thing? Oh, the airbox. So the airbox was painted, ready to have a mould taken off of it, or to skin over it to excuse me, to make the part. Not entirely sure yet which way we're going to go with that, but that's done, so that's good. The under tray is done, so that's all done and ready to be have a mould taken off it or whatever. Don't worry about the paint finish. If you can see that, it's oh, look at that. Yeah, nice. That's just commercial paint. All that needs to be on there is so that it's got a glossy finish. So yeah, so we're done with the under tray as well. That's probably going to be carbon anyway, in a matte finish, possibly the same as the airbox. These are done again as well. These are our little side pods for the seat. Again, they need moulding now. That's the next stage. We've got these little kind of, I don't know what they are, maybe winglets or something, kind of a little bit R1 like. I just thought it gives it a little bit more something at the back, so it's not quite as plain. Whether I'll run them or not, I'm not sure. I probably will, but yeah, it's just a little bit more, isn't it? Just a bit different. So our seat unit is kind of getting there. The tank, obviously we've got some work to do in there, where the top of the yoke would have hit the tank. I wanted the tank as far forward as I could get it, really, so that I didn't have too much of a big gap there. So obviously by moving the tank forward, we had issues with the lock, so that's sorted them. That's not a problem. Obviously my clip-ons are still hanging on. Those I need to get. Yeah, so it's nothing's, the problem is nothing is finished. Everything is halfway done, which is a bit of a pain. Again, we've got the swinging arm brace to be welded on. I'm still not 1,000,000% sure what I'm going to do with this. I like it with it on. I was thinking about actually making like a carbon like a fake brace by sort of covering it in carbon and coming down sort of right down here with it, almost like a hugger kind of thing. Yeah, not sure about that. It's annoyingly, it's something that I can't do. I can't weld alley, so I would have to get that done somewhere else. So yeah, I don't like doing that, but but we'll see what's going to happen. A rear set I've just thrown on, just to see what sort of issues we're going to have really with clearance, and there obviously is some issues that I'm going to have to look into. This is just a GSXR rear set, which I will probably end up buying, just some rear sets, adjustable rear sets. You can get rear sets for the Hornet, but they're a little bit too fussy, I think, for me. So what I tend to do is just use the rear sets that I've got on a bike kind of kicking around. So I've got so that one's got the S-Rad's got the Danmoto rear sets, adjustable rear sets on. I could take them off of that and use that. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm probably going to get just some GSXR rear sets, because there's loads of them. There's loads of different styles, not too fussy, and I'll just make a bracket coming off of the frame. I'll just make some sort of bracket to then bolt the rear set to. Obviously that is not on where it will sit. It's just kind of on visually, so that I can have an idea, and also so that I can sort of have an idea of how much ground clearance and whatnot, you know, sort of foot position. It's very close to the S-Rad actually. I think this here mounted here is about 10 mil higher than the S-Rad. So but yeah, they're quite similar. But yeah, so we are slowly getting there. I would say we're probably only, yeah, possibly 50% through. You know, there's so much stuff I want to do. You know, like this framework here where it's square. What I might do with that is just get some pipe or tube or whatever, and cut it open and just sleeve it over, so that rather than having square tube, we've got some sort of round tube. I'm not going to start cutting that out because that's where the engine locates to it and whatnot. I'm not going to go into all that. That's too much for me. I'm not into going too heavily with the cutting disc on the frame and whatnot. I don't mind hacking the rear end off, but we'll see what we can do with that. Maybe we can change it. But yeah, again, there's everything's half done. You know, all this is hacked off with looks like I've hacked it off with my teeth. But yeah, so all this has got to be finished, all this neatened up and finished, and we've still got bits off the frame that need cutting and finishing. The airbox is just lodged on. The only thing that is bolted on properly is is under the seat unit and the actual seat unit. And the belly pan is bolted on properly. But yeah, so we are getting there. I really love the look of it. It looks mega. I will try and get a kind of side picture for you. And you can have a little look, but yeah, like I say, I'm really limited to room in here, so I can't really get a shot of it in a full shot. without falling over something. But yeah, but we are getting there. Oh, the tank. I'm gonna cut the original filler cap into there, so we're gonna lose this old school cap. I personally don't like them. They're not really for me, but you know, each to their own. So I'm going to put the original fuel cap, cut that into the tank, so we've got a flush fuel cap. So it's kind of mixing it up really, a bit of old with the new and whatnot, and just playing around with things. We might have some little Wally lights down in there again, I don't know. Again, I've got to get all the forks done properly. The stem, I've got to get a new stem made for the yokes and everything. The forks are just lodged on. So yeah, I've basically built half of a bike because nothing's finished at all. So but yeah, we will get there. We will get there. Right, so really quickly, just to go back to the cowling that I was saying about earlier, I've kind of pulled it off and actually given it some shape now, so it's much better. You can't see it. You can't see it through the camera, but yeah, so it's got some shape now. Maybe you can see it just curling around. So yeah, and now we've got some nice radius corners, look, going down there. And I'm just doing the top piece now. I'm just sort of having a go at this top section. But yeah, that looks alright. I'm pleased with that. So just a really quick little update on the radiator cowling. Yeah, much better. There we go. We still got the old BM look. Just sat there out of the way, covered in dust. Bless her. I've done about 200 miles on it now. Nothing's fallen off. Nothing's. There's no issues. I would say the only issue is it's not very comfortable. After about half an hour on it, you're a bit like, oh yeah, that's I've had enough now. But although saying that, the more you ride it, the more you get used to it. So but yeah, so we've got the BM still. I'll do a few more miles on that, and then that'll be up for sale, and hopefully that will help fund the rest of that. So so yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Oh, we've still got the S-Rad there. Look, my favourite bike in here. Can't really covered in rubbish and crap. You see that swing arm? Look, this swing arm was braced. A friend of mine done it. He'd done an absolutely beautiful job of bracing it in, and I was actually going to get Richard to do my the swing arm on the Hornet. But yeah, you see the other side. Look, all braced in there, really nicely. Look. So yeah, but yes, by far my most favouriteest bike in here. Yeah, right then, so just a little update really. Sorry it's nothing, practical, getting my hands dirty and whatnot. I will try and get back into it. It's just been, it's just what with being ill and then, Christmas and whatnot, it's hard to get motivated to get the old camera set up and whatnot. But yeah, it was just a little update really, just to say hi and just show you what's going on really. I'm probably gonna, I keep saying I probably will and then it changes, but I think I'm gonna be doing more on the Hornet. So colour wise, I haven't got a clue. It's so hard to try and pick a colour. Do you go old school, do you go classic, do you go a bit funky? But yeah, we'll have to have a look at that later on. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on again. Thanks for watching. give us a like and a subscribe and a share and a whatnot, and see if I can get a few more followers, because I've lost more than I've gained lately. So but I try, I carry on, and but yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time, hopefully for some bike stuff.